All You Need to Know, the Bloomberg Quint podcast that prepares you for the day's business.
Good morning and happy Monday to you. This is the All You Need to Know podcast on Bloomberg Quint, and I'm Alex Matthew. Today's the 22nd of June. There was a rash of new cases of COVID-19 over the weekend, with the biggest single-day spike reported yesterday. The country saw over 15,000 new cases in the 24 hours to 8 a.m. yesterday. The total tally now stands at more than 4 lakh, according to the Health Ministry's update. But there was some positive news too. Authorities reported that there were nearly 14,000 recoveries, which is the most in a single day so far. Meanwhile, US cases rose by the most in 3 weeks as more than 30,000 infections were reported for a second straight day, fueling concerns about a resurgence. Florida set yet another record for cases. In news emerging from the US, we're keeping an eye out for an announcement from the US president on work visas, including the H-1B visa that affects a lot of Indian workers going to that country, especially from the IT space. US President Donald Trump said in a Fox News interview on Saturday that he will announce new restrictions on various work visas either on Sunday or on Monday. The plan won't affect certain workers who are already in the US, but the president has said that there will be very few exceptions. In news back home, the price of diesel was hiked on Sunday and hit a fresh record high after rates were hiked by 60 paise per litre, while the petrol price was increased by 35 paise, taking the cumulative increase in rates in 15 days to 8.88 rupees a litre for diesel and 7.97 rupees a litre for petrol. The price of petrol in Delhi was hiked to 79.23 per litre, while diesel rates were increased to 78.27 a litre. Rates have been increased across the country and vary from state to state depending on the incidence of local sales tax or VAT. Petrol in Mumbai costs 86.04 rupees a litre and diesel is priced at 76.69. This comes at a time when Brent crude, despite having recovered from historic lows, is still muted at $42.3 a barrel this morning. A high-powered committee headed by a Delhi High Court judge has rejected the representation of former Fortis promoter Malvinder Singh, challenging its criteria for grant of interim bail to under-trial prisoners. Singh moved the representation after his plea for interim bail was denied by the High Court. In other news, the National Company Law Appellate Tribunal has set aside an NCLT order and directed the start of liquidation process of energy firm Surana Power. A 3-member NCLAT bench has rejected the contentions of state-owned Bharat Heavy Electricals Limited, a secured creditor of the debt-ridden company. The PSU was claiming exclusive rights over the assets following an arbitration award in its favor. In international news, Bloomberg has reported that China confirmed that a proposed national security law would allow Beijing to override Hong Kong's independent legal system, shedding new light on a move that has stoked tensions with the US and threatens the city's status as a top financial center. The proposal said that the central government will have jurisdiction over an extremely small number of national security cases under specific circumstances, according to draft language released on Saturday by the official Xinhua news agency. It added that China will establish a new bureau in Hong Kong to analyze the security situation, collect intelligence, and lawfully handle national security cases. Stocks in the Asia-Pacific region are muted at the start of trade today after the muted end to the week for US equities. All 3 early risers this morning are trading in the red. And with that, it's over to Agam Vakil for the trade setup for the day in India. Good morning, Agam. How are we looking at the start of the week?
Good morning, Alex, and good morning, listeners. Well, we were bracing for a little bit of weakness in opening, considering Asia has opened lower, as has the SGX Nifty future, which is currently trending with a cut of about 100 points. But quickly getting on to earnings, we have Power Grid Corporation, where earnings have been largely in line with consensus expectations, with the report of revenues up 5.3% and net profit up 4.2%. The lockdown-related rebate has been accounted for in the April-May 2020 billing cycle, and most brokerages are mixed when it comes to Power Grid. Moving on, LIC Housing Finance has reported a 8% decline in its net interest income. Its profit, however, is up 39%. Brokerage Jefferies says moratorium is broadly in line with peers, but provision buffers are inadequate and they expect muted loan growth and asset quality pressure will weigh on earnings going forward for LIC Housing Finance. Moving on, we have HDFC, which will raise 14,000 crores through issuance of equity shares or debentures through qualified institutional placement or any other permissible mode. The funds will be raised to augment long-term resources of the corporation to finance organic or inorganic business opportunities. Cipla has launched Ciprami, that is a remdesivir lyophilized powder for injection about 100 milligrams. This is the only US FDA approved emergency use authorization treatment for patients with severe COVID-19 disease, and the US FDA has issued this EUA to Gilead Sciences, has extended a voluntary non-exclusive license to Cipla. Moving on to Arvind Fashions, which will raise nearly 400 crores via rights issue, and the issue will be comprising of 3.99 crores issued at a price of 100 rupees per share. The company has revised the size of the issue upwards from 299 crores earlier. And we have Piramal Enterprises, which is also in focus as it acquires a drug product facility from G&W Laboratories. This particular facility is for solid oral dosage drug products in Sellersville, Pennsylvania, and Piramal Enterprises has paid $17.5 million for 100% equity in the facility. This company gives the ability to handle potent formulations in North America. Now, these are just some of the stocks we can watch out for as we move into trade today, but don't forget to go through our morning edition of All You Need to Know only on BloombergQuint.com.
Thanks, Agam. And as always, thank you all for listening in. That's all we have for you in this podcast, but as always, there's a lot more on the website BloombergQuint.com, so don't forget to check it out. This is Alex Matthews signing off. Have a great day.
I hope you enjoyed listening to All You Need to Know. Did you know that you can listen to the show on the IVM Podcast app? On the IVM Podcast app, along with this, we have a number of other shows which you think you'll enjoy. Listen to Cyrus Says with Cyrus Brocha as the host. Listen to Paisa Vaisa with Anupam Gupta. The Scene and the Unseen with Amit Verma, or Shunya One hosted by Shiladitya Mukhopadhyay and myself. Check out the IVM Podcast app to get more talk content that you will enjoy.